Good afternoon. Today we're going to take it old school and go into the whiteboard because I'm having technical difficulties. Today we're going to be talking about adult learners. I want you to take a minute and think about the professional developments that you have had in the past, what made them productive or made them not so enjoyable. A lot of times what happens is in professional development, the person that's presenting doesn't really remember what an adult learner is and how they learn and how they're different from students. So what I'm going to go over today are some criterias that Malcolm Knowles has come up with that explains how adult learners learn, and there are areas that we can really look at when we're presenting, when we're creating our presentations for professional development to make sure we meet those needs of our adult learners. So we're going to go ahead and start with number one, which is a self-concept. Adult learners, they already have their belief systems. They already know what they want in life. They're not really motivated by someone on the outside. They already come in with some kind of expectation. They want to connect to each other. They want to know the advantage of what it is that you're sharing. You need to give them a chance to collaborate in groups and to be able to discuss what they are learning at the moment. Start out with a discussion question. That always lets you know where they're coming from, where their level of understanding is, and where you need to spend most of your time during your professional development. It also communicates to them what is going to be expected of them when they get to the end of that professional development. Also, they like choices. Who doesn't? Number two, experience. They are a rich resource. We need to remember that our adults come in. They have all kinds of experiences from all over the world, some of them. So we have different cultures, different backgrounds, different ages. So they need to be able to know that they're valued. They need to know that they can have time to share their experiences. And as a presenter, you don't need to be the only one that's sharing a story. As you go through your presentation, give them a chance to share how they've modeled some of these things in their classroom. Because most of the time, whatever you're sharing is not really new. And they might be able to relate to it, and they might have done something in their class that can really enrich the entire experience. Also, let them lead. Be flexible. Sometimes with adult learners, they're very interested in one part of your presentation, and then the other part might not be something that they really want to spend a lot of time on. Or you may never even get to the end, and that's okay. So let them lead in their discussion because they're going to be a lot more engaged and you're going to get a lot more out of it. So don't be too strict about the timing and getting everything filled in. Number three, readiness. They need to know why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? They need to, you need to make sure that you're addressing their needs. If they come in and they're a new teacher and you're doing a new teacher meeting and it's this week, the first week of school, and they're just sitting there like, I don't know what rules to put up. I don't know what my procedures are going to be. And you're going over Schoology steps that they don't really going to need until the first month of school before the kids get their computers. It's not something that you need to know right now. Be aware of where they're at and what their needs are. And make sure that they're not just sitting there developing these thoughts and trying to figure out what they're going to do tomorrow when you're talking about something a month down the road. Share real world scenarios to relate as well. Number three, readiness. They need to know why. We just went over readiness. Number four, the problem-centered. They are problem-centered. Their orientation is problem-centered. So basically, I feel like as an adult, we're in survival mode 24/7. We want to put out the fire. We want to fix the problem. So we don't want to spend a lot of time just like being a philosophers and discussing the color yellow and how it smells and all these different things. Like, we don't want to dwell on that. We want to fix the problem. We need to know how that problem is going to be fixed. How am I going to do this in my classroom? What does it look like? We need to give us a task, something tangible that we can actually do. Fixing the problem. We need to fix our problems. All right, number five is motivation. They need to know how. How am I going to go back to my classroom? What are my administrators going to be looking for? How is this going to play out in my classroom? Give them something they can take home today and apply immediately in the classroom tomorrow. So, when you're making a professional development, when you're making a presentation, when you are presenting in front of your adult learners, remember these 5 steps. Make sure that you are meeting the needs of your adult learners, and don't treat them like students, and see them as someone to be respected, valued, and appreciated.